What's up, guys? It's Missy. I'm back with another SimCity Build It video, and today I'm going to be answering this guy's question. But the reason that I'm doing a video on this specific person's question is because there's so many questions just like his, and I figured that you guys would actually benefit from watching my answer to him because it's going to answer so many people. Okay, so make sure that you hit that like and subscribe button. That way you guys actually get notified every time I put up a video, because I'm telling you guys, I put up a lot of videos, all right, with a lot of good content. And make sure that even if you want like a quick video or whatever, that you guys try to make it through the whole video, because believe it or not, I give a lot of information through all of the whole video. And what ends up happening is you guys don't listen through the whole thing, and then you end up having to go back and rewatch, or you end up screwing yourself because you didn't hear it all the first time. Now, this person's question is like 300 other comments out there. They're all pretty much just like this, okay? He says, "Hi, Missy. I'm a new subscriber of yours. Currently, I'm at level 23. I have 327,980 population on my city." Again, that population is not super important in this game. As long as you've unlocked the key features that you need, that's all you really need to do. Anything beyond that, you're going to end up just constantly in this vicious cycle of upgrading roads, upgrading services, being broke, upgrading pop to upgrade more services, to upgrade more roads, to be broke, to unlock more items, to find less rares, to get nowhere, to have higher competition in the contest of mayors, to end up fucked. That is what you're going to do. And that you're going to end up to a point in your game where you can't reverse your fuck-ups, okay? So then you come to me as a level 30, 31 player, and I say, restart, you fucked up. And then you're like, ah, shit. And then you're going to be in line like everybody else, restarting. Now, this guy, I don't know what he has done just yet, but there's a couple key things that I'm looking at here. He's level 23, so he has not completely screwed himself yet. I know he hasn't unlocked regionals, which is great. Do not unlock regionals, okay? You should not be unlocking regionals until you are well established and well rounded with every other aspect in your game. I'm talking max storage, max land, max everything, several gold epics. You should have your capital near complete before even considering looking at a regional map. Regional maps, I'm telling you guys, they destroy you. They make every aspect of the game harder. Now, I know that he has not unlocked regionals yet because he's not level 25, so there's a benefit. I know that he hasn't completely screwed his algorithm yet, because the algorithm is completely fucked at level like 31. That's when you unlock burgers. You have a couple things that really flood the market, and that is sugar and burgers, cheese fries, things like that, pizza, things of that nature. So at level 18, you unlock sugar, but you actually benefit from the sugar because you're going to be making a lot of damn donuts, okay? So I know that he has not totally screwed his algorithm yet. Now, I'm guaranteeing you that he doesn't have max storage. And in this case, he says that he has 3 problems. He says, I have 3 problems: storage, land, and traffic. Okay, well, land items and storage items, yeah, you're going to have trouble with that at every level, especially the higher up you go. Then he says, can you add me, be my neighbor, and visit my city to give me some advice? Well, I'm going to give you advice right here. I don't even need to see your city to give you advice. First thing is, I'm looking at the video that you commented on. And the video that you commented on is the Missy's Building Guide level 1 to 18, part 1. Watch part 2, okay? You need to follow the Missy's Building Guide. Now, you're already too far ahead. You're at level 24, so you're going to have to kind of back up through the Missy's Building Guide. Look at what you missed between levels 1 and 10. I would need to look at your map to give you 100% assessment, but I can tell you that you're still correctable unless there's a couple key things here, okay, you guys? With the Missy's Building Guide, this is the most efficient, build for your city that you can do to have the most efficient outcome within 4 months of time being played and like $15 to $20 real money spent. Now, in this particular instance, he does not have regionals. He did not screw up his algorithm. But the one thing that I do need to know is how many regular residential homes does he have? How much storage does he have? How many land spaces did he unlock? How much beach does he have unlocked? Has he ever won the contest of mayors? How much cash does he have? All of these things need to be taken into consideration. Does he need to restart? Probably not. But there's a lot of ways he could have really screwed himself even this early on. And that is, how many regular residential homes does he have on his map and how many of them are fully upgraded? If he made any other regional homes, any airport homes, any Latin homes, then I would recommend restarting, because you're so early on in the game that it would be foolish to end up having to correct so many mistakes already made when you could just restart and be so much better off, 100 times better off. But let's say that he has all regular residentials, that he has at least 35 of them, and a lot of them are max upgrade. He hasn't unlocked much of his beach, which would be really good because you want to do that only in the contest of mayors at the Mega League. He hasn't unlocked a lot of his mountainside. He's doing that only in calm. Let's say that he has several $1,000s cash. I don't know. I don't know what he has going on. But it sounds to me like he made the mistake that a lot of people make. He leveled up too quickly. He's struggling to upgrade his land and storage. He probably has spent a lot of coins on road upgrades and service demands because he's increased his population really high. He only needed to go up to about 260,000 for Tokyo. He didn't need to go past that. So all that extra service demand is just stuff he has to pay for right now. Now, yes, you get taxes from Pop Boost, but not much more. Taxes are calculated based off several things: city level, population, and then the 20% happiness boost. So if you're at 100% happiness, that's a 20% increase on your taxes, and then you have the population, and then you have city level. Now, I'm a level 99, right? And I have a really crappy tax rate. I get like 21,000 or something, but I have a lot of population. Now, essentially all I can do at this point is go up and pop. I already have max happiness. I already have max level. So the only way for me to increase my taxes would be to go up in population. I'm not going to increase it that much more. Now, when you look at the amount of services that I have to pay for to cover all that shit, how much, it would probably take me 6 years of earning taxes to pay for half of them, right? So what's the point? There isn't one. And then you got your roads and everything else that you have to take into consideration. You're paying $300 for what? For the first road upgrade per unit of road. So every 1 square of road, which the first one is 2 squares, you're going to pay $300 for the first upgrade. Then it goes up again and again and again and again. So eventually you end up paying, it's like 20 some odd $1,000 per 1 square from the base level all the way to max before the Omega roads. That's ridiculous, you guys. You don't need to do that. Okay, so to give you guys all the advice, what would you do at this point on? Well, the very first thing is you need to analyze, should you restart or should you not restart? Go watch my Should I Restart video, what to expect if I don't restart. And what I'm going to tell you right now is if you are above level 30, if you are above level 29, okay, you need to restart if you want to be able to participate in the contest of mayors competitively and actually win the cash prize. If you want to be able to win platinum keys easily, if you want to be able to be successful with epic projects, if you're somebody who's been playing for years and you do not have any mayor's buildings, the really old ones that are really cool that you can never get again, you have nothing holding you to that city. Make sure that you have it saved somewhere, whether it be on a Google account or whatever. And that way, if you ever want to crawl back into your dying hole, you can. But until then, watch my Should I Restart videos, and that'll answer a lot of your questions. Now, I also recommend that you click on my playlist that says new to the channel, okay? There's a lot of really good information. There's 3 super important videos on my channel, and they are all for the topics in which, they're all important, okay? Every video I do has a lot of information and it's super important. But the top 3, the 3 that I've actually written guides for, and I'm talking like 20-page guides, you guys, is the Missy's Building Guide, which is a perfected city, okay? I went and I looked at all the mistakes that I made early on. And then I sat down and I went, okay, I looked at what you unlock per level. And I took everything into consideration. I took into consideration algorithm, contest of mayors, war, omega, everything. All the city level unlocks, how you're going to be affected through the contest of mayors. I mean, I literally looked at everything. And then I built the perfect guide for the perfect city. And I said, at this level, taking all these things into consideration, this is what you want to have accomplished by this time. People see my guide and they try to tweak it. And then they tweak it and they fuck something up because they don't realize that they're only taking 1 or 2 things into consideration. And I took all things into consideration. So they come to me and they're like, well, you know, I was doing the Missy's guide, but I decided that I was going to camp level 10 for 6 months. Why? Well, because I wanted to maximize my storage. Okay, great. How much storage do you have? 400. Oh, okay. And how long have you been playing? 4 months. Okay, so now you have a level 10 city. You've been playing 4 months. You have 400 storage. If you would have proceeded on with the Missy's guide my way, the way that it was written, you would have everything accomplished within the Missy's guide in 3 months' time. And that's with average gameplay. So you want to focus on everything. You got to work on everything a little bit here and there when it's important. You don't want to spend 6 months working on one thing when you could have accomplished 10 things in the same amount of time it took you to work on one thing. And I know that a lot of people aren't good at multitasking, but in this game, you have a lot of real downtime, right? Each week between the contest of mayors, you have 6 leagues to go through. You're not even going to be in Mega for 5 weeks into the guide, right? And that's once you hit level 18. So if I'm telling you that you're going to be winning, you know, the contest of mayors and stuff like that very early on, you got to take into consideration that you're kind of like looking at the timeline. If I have people in my group that have been playing 4 months time, they've maxed everything out. They got max land, they got max beach, storage, every single one of their shops that they have unlocked by level 24 is of the maximum discounts that they have available, and every single shop is at 11 slots. Okay, they didn't spend more than $10 or $15 real money. These people's progress is proof that my guide works. Now I'm doing a walkthrough city. This type of game, it's difficult to do walkthrough because it takes so much real time to get anywhere. And I've been so busy doing videos for you guys that I haven't been able to focus on that walkthrough city. My phone broke, so my city, I've been really trying to keep up and unlock my last map. I use the walkthrough city on my tablet, so I have to use my mobile hotspot for the internet where I have to be at home. So you guys, as soon as I get time, I'm going to do a walkthrough city for you guys to prove to you that the guide works. But in the meantime, you're just going to have to take all of the people that have been successful with it. You're just going to have to take their results and see that it works. And I'm telling you guys, if you do things 100% the way I have them written, you will see exactly what I have said to be successful. You will see those results. But if you go in there and you start tweaking shit because you think that your ideas are better, you're gonna fuck shit up, okay? Now, I'm telling you, if you think, oh, well, why'd she do this and not this? Why not camp this long? Why not stay level 17? There's reasons why I didn't do that. I didn't just pull this stuff out my hat like last minute and go, well, you know, here's a guide. This was years of research, of mistakes, of watching other players looking and calculating and analyzing. And this is not, I'm not just pulling this shit out of thin air and giving you guys advice. I don't do that. I give thorough, good advice. If I'm telling you guys that that is the way it should be done, you need to ask yourself, who would do you really want to take somebody's advice? Do you think you know better than me after playing the game for a month than I would know after making every mistake known to man, talking to literally thousands and thousands of players just like you, seeing patterns, analyzing things? I know what I'm talking about, you guys. And I'm telling you, I'm not that dumb. If you're looking at my guide going, well, why would she level up? Why would she do this? Well, you ask yourself, why would I? That's the question. It's not, I'm going to do this because I think it's better. It's why would she do that? Because I know that she's smart and I know that she knows what she's talking about. So there's got to be a reason. And then get on your happy ass and go to Google and type in SimCity Build It level unlocks. And look at when you unlock factories, when you unlock items, when you unlock all features in the game, and analyze how your choice will affect your gameplay. How is going up in level going to affect your rares? How is it going to affect how you see things? Is a level 10 player with a higher algorithm going to acquire more rares at the end of the day? No, they're not, okay? Acquired rares does not mean that you got it all based off of the algorithm. You can get several rares from popping bubbles, trading with group members, having more depots accessible because you have a wider variety of items advertised. But you don't want to get to a point where you have so much garbage advertised that you end up fucking yourself, which is why I tell people to stay below level 29 for many reasons. For the contest of mayors as well. You're going to need to be able to fund these rares. How are you going to fund all of these rares if this is your only city and it's level 10? How are you going to make all your money? You got no tokens. You got no money. You can't make donuts, and your donut production is $30,400 worth of your daily income right there in just donuts. Okay? So I know what I'm talking about. I take a lot of things into consideration. If you want to build a good city, you got to follow my guide. Okay? And I promise you, and anybody here that has actually followed my guide 100%, comment below and tell the people what you have experienced, how it has worked for you, how my advice has helped you, how you have restarted. You had a bad city. How do you recommend people restart in current situations? Do you regret restarting? Give feedback to all the other players, because as they listen to me talk, they scroll through the comments section. And when you see so many people saying, good advice, great advice, awesome advice, I did that, I had success, then listen to all of those people, okay? Now, I'm telling you, this person may or may not need to restart. That I don't know. But I will tell you this. So far, you have that from what I can see with the information that this person provided me, I can't say whether or not he totally screwed himself. But you know how you're going to know if you need to restart? You're going to look at what you have and what you have accomplished, and you're going to look at the Missy's Building Guide, okay? And you guys can get that information from our Facebook page. You type in SimCity Build It MissyAnne, and you can join our Facebook group. I have a post, and it's pinned to the very top of the group. If you click the announcements section, there is a Google Doc link to my comm guide, my Missy's Building Guide, and the production guide, all of which have extremely high amounts of really good information for you guys to build the perfect city and run the best possible variation of items to make the most possible coins. I can't individually answer every single person that comes along whether or not they should restart. I'd be here all day long looking at cities, okay? But I can give you my method in which I determine if you should restart. And by doing that, I can tell you right now that part of why you need to restart is based off your city level and what you have unlocked, your algorithm, and whether or not you guys are past a certain point with the game. So if you're past level 29 and you do not have max storage, if you have any regionals unlocked, if you do not have old contest of mayors buildings, all of those things, yes, you need to restart. And I have videos on all this stuff. So it's a matter of finding the right video to answer the question in which you're asking. Make sure you click on my channel, click subscribe. There's a video section there where it shows every one of my videos. Type in the keywords that you're looking for and watch the video that most pertains to your current question. Okay? You're going to be on a fucking marathon. You're going to be sitting there watching Missy's videos all night long, and you're going to forget half the information because it's so damn much information. You guys can't take it all in at once. Okay? So focus on one thing at a time. And the best thing that you guys can do, if it were me, if I was to recommend the videos that you should watch first, I put them in a playlist. If it says new to the channel players or new players, that doesn't necessarily mean you have to be a new player with the game. That says new to the channel, meaning if you haven't heard anything that I've had to say, these are the videos that you want to watch first. The Missy's Building Guide is crucial. But before you watch the Missy's Building Guide, watch the Should I Restart video and what to expect if I don't restart video. Okay? Why watch those first? Because I want you to understand what you did wrong the first time, why you're having the issues that you're having, and why you need to restart in order to correct the mistakes that you made. Why you can't just correct the mistakes you made with a feeder city. You cannot correct all the mistakes with a feeder city. Then once you realize, okay, I really did screw up, this is how this is going to affect me, my gameplay, and this is why I need to restart. Then you can say, okay, I'm going to restart. Now, once you make the decision to restart, do you stop there? Hell no. Because now you're just going to start and fuck it up again. What good does that do? So you made mistakes, right? And you really think that within a couple months of playing the game, that you just understand everything, that you know everything there is to know about the game, and you couldn't possibly make any more mistakes that would really affect your gameplay later. Do you really want to have to restart a second or third time? I don't think so. Okay? Now, the first time going around, it's just like when you go on a road trip. It's going to feel like it takes a lot longer than it does. Getting through the tutorial, getting to level 18 as a first-time player takes forever. But as a recurring player, somebody who comes back and restarts, you're going to whiz right through that tutorial. It's going to be like you wouldn't believe. Like, you already understand a lot of the stuff, where the shops go, what they do, how the services work. So you're going to be able to get through it much quicker, okay? It's kind of like when you're on your way to a road trip. It takes forever to get there, but it takes like the blink of an eye to get home, right? So same thing when you watch a movie. You're so engrossed in the movie and you're so focused on the movie that you're watching, but the second time around, it feels like you're like halfway through the movie. It's only been like 10 minutes. You know, that's what you feel like. But the first time around, you're so focused on all the details and everything, and you're all there for it. It's the same concept with the game. You're so focused on, okay, what's this do? What's that do? That a lot of people don't even read the menu. Half the answers you guys want are in the menu. They're right in front of you, but people they skip right over it, you know? And for example, people will say, how do I pick a different category on my Epic project? If you click on the Epic project and you look at the menu, it tells you right there what to do. It says, change category. You click it and it says right there, this will change the category of your Epic. Pay this many coins. It explains it right there. And people skip right up over it and don't even pay attention. And that's just what we do as humans. So there's other people that intentively look at all things that changed. The other day, I was playing the game, and I was doing the season 10 thing, and somebody had asked me about the icon, how it says, you know, it has a silver icon with the number 10 on it. And I'm like, yeah, that's the season pass, right? And so I hadn't bought my premium pass yet. I just hadn't gotten around to it. And so I bought my season pass, and then all of a sudden the icon went gold. And normally I buy the pass right away, so I never even noticed. But I was like, oh, interesting. Okay, cool. So now I know that when you buy the season pass, that the icon changes to gold. How many people did that and never even noticed the change, right? Well, now you know if you receive screenshots from somebody and you see that pass icon in their screen, you know if they're lying to you, whether or not they have that season pass. How many of you play this game for years that are watching this right now? How many of you zoom in on your screen, on your shops, and never even noticed the little, it's a little sign on the front of each shop once you do your first star upgrade. If you're at base level, there's no sign. But if you do 1 star, it's going to put up a little sign and it's going to show you a gold star. That's your time discount. Every time that you get a number on the right side of your screen on your shops, it either means that you have a new shop that you can build or you have an upgrade available to pay to get a time discount. And you have base level, 1 star, 2 star, and 3 star shops. If you go to one of your neighbor cities and you ask them what star shops they have, you don't even need to ask them. You can just go zoom in on their shops and it'll show you if it's 1, 2, or 3 stars. How many people have been playing the game for years and never even noticed it? You just never picked up on it. You never paid attention, right? I mean, it takes a while to notice some things. How many players? Click on the item and you have 5 factory slots all the way across the bottom of your screen, right? If you're placing 1 wood down, 1 wood down, 1 wood down, you don't need to do that. You can just take 1 wood and drag it across all of the boxes and immediately lay everything down. Now, computer players notice this right away, but phone players don't notice it right away because they don't click and drag. Typically, they just drag, 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 flip, flip, flip like that. They don't go, and because you start off with a 1 slot factory and then a 2 slot factory, you don't have to drag it. But once you get up to 3 or 4 slots, that's when you grab the item and you drag it across all 5 boxes. And that way you don't have to put 1 down individually each time, right? Do you know how many players, and I'm not playing you, are level 80 and don't even know that? Like, it's just, why would they? You know, if they've done it that way for so long, why would they even think to do it another way? And so there's all these little things that you notice later on. Just when you think you know everything about this game, something else pops up and you're like, wow, are you serious? Like, everybody knows that you can exceed the Omega bankroll, right? Everybody knows that. But how many people know that you can set your game up to only produce small canisters? Not many people know that, right? How do you do it? Well, I guess you're going to have to watch some of my videos to find out, because I'm not going to give you all the answers in one video. But what I'm telling you is this. There's always a lot to learn, and you don't want to end up in a situation where you restart and then you got to restart again. And that is why I always tell people when I talk them into restarting, they're ready. They're like, all right, cool. You talked me into it. See ya. I'm going to go and restart and I'll get back to you later. It's like, whoa, 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 pump the brakes there. I said restart. I didn't say restart and then assume you know everything and then just run off into the sunset and build the perfect city. It doesn't work that way, okay? You need years of experience or somebody who's giving you advice so that you don't screw up again. And that is when you should watch the video that he commented on. And that is the Missy's Guide Part 1 and Part 2. Then you're going to go to our Facebook page, and I'm going to put a link in the description below in this video as well. And you're going to go to our Google Docs, and you're going to click on the Missy's Building Guide, and you're either going to save that to your phone or you're going to print it out, okay? And when you do that, you're going to have an actual written guide that says between this level and this level, this is what you work on and this is what you accomplish. You don't go past this level until every one of these things has been met. And then at the very top of the guide, it explains that at this much, between this amount of time and this amount of time, between 3 and 4 months, this is a list of things that you will have accomplished with your game in this time frame, saying that you play as a casual player, meaning you play a couple hours each night and you check on your game throughout the day. That is what this guide is written for. So in 4 months' time, this is what you will have accomplished, and these are the things that you need to do between this level and these levels, right? Don't leave until you have done this and this, and then there's parts of the guide where it says set your roads up to never need upgraded, and it'll say watch video for details. right? You're going to go to the new to channel playlist and you're going to watch how to never upgrade your roads again and not have your happiness drop. And I'm going to be redoing that video later on today. So for you, the guy that commented on this channel, this video here, and all of the people just like you that have commented, if you're paying for road upgrades, stop paying for road upgrades. You do not need to pay for them, ever, okay? You can set your roads up to never need to upgrade it again and never have your happiness drop. And not with that dumbass shit where you got to draw one big winding road or you got to rotate stuff around all the time. I'm talking, this will be for sure set in stone, never have to do it again, okay? That video is already out, but I'm doing a different one so that I can explain it a little bit better for those of you who are still having trouble. I already did a second road roads video, but I more explained the display more than the dynamics of how it works. So I explained how to make it look good on your map so you don't end up with just 3 ugly ass roads, right? So make sure that you definitely watch that. This goes for anybody on this channel. Okay, do not pay for road upgrades. Even if you like a specific style of the road, you still want to do this trick. This will allow you to be able to stop upgrading when you do the desired road that you like, right? So if you're like, well, I really like this specific style. Well, yeah, the only way you're going to be able to stop at that specific style is if the game stops requesting that you upgrade the road, right? So unless you like the Omega roads, which is the maximum upgrade you can have, then you're definitely going to want to watch my video. This guy, my advice to you here is watch the Should I Restart, watch the Red Roads video, and then watch the Missy Building Guide. Go to our Facebook group, get copies of all of my guides, read through it, look at it, and then restart your Missy's Building Guide city. And I promise you, you will be more successful. Now, if you don't need to restart, that would mean the only way that this guy in this comments would not need to restart would be if he only had regular residential upgrades done, okay? And that he had enough cash to unlock all of his shops to max, and that he didn't unlock a shit ton of his beach or mountain, okay? That would mean that he'd be able to start playing in the Mega League and start winning Mega. And that means that he's going to have to study his ass off to figure out how to perfect running a 2K plus average in the contest of mayors. That's another learning curve, okay? But you don't want to bite off more than you can chew, which is why I usually tell people to restart so that they can get familiar with one thing, get familiar with another, and multitask. But if you're trying to learn war and calm and everything all at once, like if you just go straight up to level 18 and go straight into the contest of mayors and then try to learn everything, you're just going to be a mess. You're not going to be able to figure all that out at once. Now, I recommend restarting, and that way you can see exactly what I'm talking about, and you will understand, like within the first week or two, you'll be like, wow, dude, I already see like the biggest difference in my gameplay, especially right there with the road upgrades. Okay, you're going to save tens and tens and tens of thousands of hundreds of thousands of dollars within the first couple weeks of playing or couple months of playing, where you're not paying for road upgrades. The money that you're going to save on the road upgrades aspect alone is going to be enough to fund your rares. Okay, so definitely you're going to want to watch the production guide video as a level 18 player. We have a level 18 production plan video. Make the items that I tell you to make as a level 18 player. They turn the highest profit. I'm going to have another video coming out about that where I explain exactly all the ways that you can use our production guide. So you guys, it's really just a matter of finding the right video for what you need and understanding that you need to be very thorough with your educating yourself before you make any harsh, rash decisions. Going up in level should never be taken lightly. Now, you don't want to camp too long because it will screw you up. There's no sense in camping too long. People camp way too long at level 10 and 17, and they end up really hurting themselves because basically what ends up happening is you can't really screw your city up by camping, but you can waste a lot of time, a lot of unnecessary time. You can either be 10 times further in 3 months, or you can be stuck at the same spot in 3 months. So it didn't really screw you up. It more just so less like wasted a lot of unnecessary time, right? So, I mean, honestly, as long as you don't go past 24, you really can't screw up too bad unless you built a bunch of homes that aren't regular residentials. Because regular residentials have to be fully upgraded to do epic projects. If you upgrade things like airport, Latin, these other new homes, that means you're going to have to level up in order to do an epic project, which means your epics are going to end up unlocking more items, which means you're going to end up having to pay more for them. And your epics are extremely important to your success. Coins are a huge part of this game, okay? The quicker you make your products, the more money you make, the less broke you are. That is why epics are important. I have a lot of good videos, you guys. I'm telling you. All you got to do is just sit down and watch them. And you guys won't have to spend money. I've got players that, and I'm not playing you, dude. I have players that have played this game for 4 months, spent $15, and are already passing every single high-level player that I've played with for 5 years. And I'm talking players that have been playing for 5 years. They have a shit ton of epic projects. They're mostly silver. They've spent $3,000 real money on the game. And most people don't realize how much money they spend because it's, $2.99 here, $5.99 there, a little pass here, a little coin there. Yeah, it adds up. Then you take that into consideration and then time spent, right? I'm telling you, if you play smart, you work less. You want to work smarter, not harder, right? So think about that. And then watch every video that you can and just take in as much information as you can. Maybe even take some notes, okay? I'm telling you, if you want to be successful, you got to work at it. You can't just expect a quick, easy result. And right now at this point, like with CPT City, how he's done the Missy's Building Guide 100% correct. Like, he did not deviate from my advice not one time, okay? Now, if he was to stop right now, stop doing the Missy's Building Guide, and never make every possible bad decision that he could ever make at this point on, if he was to unlock all the regionals, upgrade his stuff to max city, like max city level, and just go crazy with it, never unlocking, any more epic buildings or anything like that, just blowing through and doing stupid shit, I'm telling you, he couldn't be in as bad of a situation as the players that have been playing for 6 years. He still would not be in that bad of a situation. He's already maxed out his land, his mountain, his beach, his shops. He's already got 25 gold epics. That's more than most people that have been playing for 5 years, right? So, just that alone, he couldn't screw up more. Like, he could screw up from this moment on and still be in a better position than everybody else. He would have to try to be fucked at this point, is what I'm saying. So, at this point with it, I made the game too damn easy for you guys. Like, so unbelievably easy that within 4 months' time, you're not going to know what to do. You're going to be like, well, now what? Now I'm forced to actually play the game for what it was meant to be played as, and that was a city builder. To design a cool city. To have a really badass city to be proud of, right? That's what the game started off as. Now, it's turned into this game where you just hunt stuff and you pay for stuff, and the developers sit up there with their feet up, not doing a damn thing, designing the stupidest buildings I've ever seen. And they go, all right, cool, $5.99 price tag on this, $5.99 price tag on that. And then you guys all pull out your wallets and you spend the next 6 years chasing rares to max out your stuff so that when you finally manage to max it out, you're $3,000 in the hole, 6 years worth of gameplay, and you're sitting there going, I'm bored now. I don't know what to do now. Well, that's because there's no cool buildings anymore. There's no cool stuff to design with. You don't get to unlock cool stuff anymore because they took out all of their energy is not spent designing cool buildings. It's spent making passes to unlock rares, to earn rares, to unlock more rares, so that you can eventually max out, because the algorithm is so screwed that to now where you're pretty much forced to spend money to get anywhere because you screwed yourself so bad. So you finally managed to get somewhere, and now you get bored because you realize that the game is not a city builder anymore. The game is a cash grab, constant instant gratification, where the players are more engrossed, that their gameplay is more about hunting rares and unlocking storage. You focus on unlocking storage for 5 or 6 years, that's ridiculous, okay? So that when you finally unlock it, you're so used to doing that you don't really understand what the game's about. That's not what the game was supposed to be about, dude. That's not how it started off. I've been playing this game a long time, and that's not what it used to be about. It used to be about the actual playing of the game and the city builder, right? Like, you wanted to... When was the last time you sat down and designed your city? When was the last time you went, I want to make a really cool-ass map. I'm going to sit down, I'm going to buy a bunch of water and trees. Take that $3,000 that you spent in the last 5 years playing this game and put it towards making a cool city. What do you have to show for at the end of this 5 years? You have max storage. You could have had max storage in 3 months had you done it right, right? So what do you have to show for your time? You have a city full of a bunch of tall buildings. You can't see any of the cool stuff. And the only cool stuff that there really is to see is shit that they put out 4 or 5 years ago. But you don't have that available because you weren't playing back then. And if you do have that available and you were playing back then you're sitting there with your measly 300 storage going, I'm fucked, I can't get anywhere. Can't get my epics done, they're too expensive. I got 4 regionals unlocked. I can't fucking win the contest of mayors. I can't get any platinum keys put together to buy cool stuff because I can't win, because it's so damn hard. Because when you get up in high level, you're just full of hackers. It's just a bunch of fucking asshole hackers. So then you're like, you know what? Now I'm going to run 3, 4, 5, 6 feeders to fund one fucking city, to manage to get some storage unlocked on one city. So now you've taken away from the time you're spending playing your game, and now you're spending the entire time on your feeder hunting rares to post them for sale, to not even be able to see them in your depot because SimCity blocked you from being able to see them when you post them in high amounts. So now you're sitting there looking at 45 dozer wheels going, well, shit, now I can't buy them. Why can't I buy them? Right? You know how many people that happened to this last couple months? Yeah, they're legit cities. They're not hacked. And they hunted rares all day long. They posted 5 wheels up, 5 wheels up. 45 wheels later, they go over to get it from their city, and they can't see any of them. None of them. With no city can see them. And they had to sit there for 3 days looking at 45 wheels and watch Daniel buy them. Yeah, pretty bullshit, huh? Pretty bullshit. But that's why I recommend that if you are using a feeder to fund your city, that you transfer them 5 at a time and make sure you can buy those 5. I actually had it do that to me on regular items. And you write to SimCity and you give them an email and you get something back that says, the algorithm is a complex system and we do not guarantee that you can ever see any item for sale in any depot. That is what they will tell you. That you could post a tape measure for somebody in your group and it doesn't mean they're going to be able to see it. The algorithm could allow them to not see it. But I've never seen anything like this happen until the last couple of months, right? So unless you were hacked and banned to Naughty Island. I've also seen people get banned to Naughty Island when they weren't hacked by transferring high amounts of money. Now, I've transferred high amounts of money, but I've never had that happen. But there's a lot of people that swear by it, so you just got to be really careful if you're transferring a lot of money or a lot of items, because once you're banned to Naughty Island, you're put on the server with the hackers. And to my knowledge, there's no reversing it. EA does not reverse it to my knowledge, right? So I would rather build a good, perfect city the right way than have to run 5 different feeders and spend all day shopping the global market at a level where everybody does that. How many people do that already? How many people have a feeder city between level 10 and level 18, and they do that already? So how many rares do you think you guys are going to see? For how much longer? You guys, I'm telling you, restarting and doing things the right way is the way to go. Now, if you really do have a lot of old comm buildings like myself, then you need to watch all my videos and do the best you can to correct the issues that you have. If you have a really low storage, a high level city with a lot of old contest of mayors buildings, stop unlocking regionals, start doing epic projects, start maximizing storage, stop working on your land upgrades, stop working on your beach upgrades right now. Don't even play comm competitively, play it casually, unlock the pass, and work on making maximum money, okay? Max coins, make your max coins, get your epics done. That's what you guys need to do. But if you are not a high level player with old comm buildings, you need to restart and not have that weight around your neck. 4 years of correction is not worth it. You might as well just restart, okay? All right, you guys, I'm going to get off here, and I hope that this stuff helps you guys, because once I get this production plan printed out, I'm actually going to be able to do the video where I go through and explain to you guys all so that you can actually utilize the charts that we made, because I see that a lot of you are looking at the chart and are like, oh my God, I don't know how to read this, or like, this is super confusing, and you think that it's only to like make max coins or whatever. So I'm going to get that stuff done for you guys, and hopefully that'll help you guys a bit. All right.